Highly intelligent people rarely admit how tired they really are. Not physically tired, but mentally exhausted in a way that sleep does not fix. Their mind feels heavy even on quiet days. Thoughts keep moving even when nothing is happening. If you have ever felt drained just by thinking, not by doing, this video may finally explain why. Before we go any further, pause for a moment and write one word in the comments that describes how your mind feels most days. Just one word. You do not need to explain it. Now listen carefully. Intelligence is usually described as a gift. We are told that smart people think faster, understand more, and make better decisions. But intelligence also changes how reality feels inside the mind. Highly intelligent people do not simply experience life as it happens. They process it deeply, replay it repeatedly, and analyze it long after others have moved on. Overthinking is not a habit they choose. It becomes the environment they live in. From the outside, highly intelligent people often appear calm and capable. They may perform well at work, speak clearly, and seem emotionally stable. But inside, their thoughts rarely slow down. Every conversation creates echoes. Every decision opens multiple imagined futures. Every mistake feels heavier because its consequences are seen more clearly. Overthinking begins early in intelligent minds. As children, they are rewarded for thinking deeply. Asking questions is encouraged. Noticing patterns is praised. Being careful is admired. Over time, the brain learns that thinking equals safety. If you think enough, you will avoid mistakes. If you analyze enough, you will stay in control. This belief slowly becomes automatic. No one teaches intelligent people how to stop thinking. They are never shown how to rest mentally without guilt. Silence feels unproductive. Stillness feels uncomfortable. The mind stays alert even when nothing is wrong. Highly intelligent people often replay conversations in detail. A sentence spoken casually by someone else can turn into hours of interpretation. Tone, timing, facial expressions, and pauses are examined repeatedly. The brain searches for meaning, sometimes where none was intended. This constant analysis creates emotional tension. Overthinking also affects decision-making. Intelligent people see many options at once. They imagine outcomes quickly and vividly. Choosing one path means closing others. This awareness makes decisions feel heavy. Even small choices can feel exhausting because every possibility feels real. There is also a strong emotional cost. Overthinking does not feel dramatic. It feels quiet and persistent. It shows up as mental fatigue, difficulty relaxing, and a constant sense of unfinished business. Intelligent people often feel tired without knowing why. Another hidden struggle is emotional isolation. Highly intelligent people may feel misunderstood, not because they cannot communicate, but because their thoughts feel too complex to explain. When they try to share how their mind works, they are often told they are thinking too much. Over time, they stop explaining. Silence feels easier than being dismissed. This silence is not loneliness in the traditional sense. It is a feeling of being mentally alone even when surrounded by others. Conversations may feel shallow. Emotional exchanges may feel incomplete. The intelligent mind craves depth, but depth is rare. Overthinking also interferes with enjoyment. Intelligent people may struggle to stay present, even during good moments. Happiness is analyzed. Peace is questioned. The mind keeps scanning for what comes next. Relaxation feels temporary because the brain is always preparing. This creates a quiet emotional struggle. Intelligent people may function well while feeling internally overwhelmed. They may appear successful while feeling mentally stuck. They may be admired while feeling misunderstood. Society often overlooks this struggle because it does not look like failure. There are no obvious signs. Intelligent people do not always appear anxious or depressed. Instead, they appear thoughtful, reserved, and controlled. The cost is hidden inside their thoughts. Overthinking becomes a loop. Thoughts trigger emotions. Emotions trigger more thoughts. The brain becomes a place where nothing fully ends. Closure feels rare. Even resolved situations return for review. Sleep is often affected. At night, when distractions fade, thoughts grow louder. The mind replays the day and anticipates tomorrow. Intelligent people may lie awake feeling mentally active even when physically tired. This constant mental activity slowly drains emotional energy. Motivation decreases. Irritability increases. Small problems feel larger than they should. Joy feels distant even when life appears stable. The dark side of intelligence is not stupidity or failure. It is awareness without rest. It is clarity without peace. It is a mind that sees too much and cannot turn itself off. Highly intelligent people often blame themselves for this struggle. They believe they should be able to control their thoughts. They see overthinking as a personal flaw rather than a neurological pattern. This self-criticism adds another layer of pressure. Overthinking also affects relationships. Intelligent people may hesitate to open up because they fear overwhelming others. They may keep emotional distance to protect themselves from misunderstanding. This distance can be misinterpreted as coldness when it is actually self-protection. Another challenge is perfectionism. Intelligent people often set high internal standards. They want to understand things fully before acting. This desire for completeness can delay action and increase frustration. Nothing ever feels ready enough. Over time, intelligent people may feel mentally trapped. They know their mind is the source of their success, but also the source of their exhaustion. This contradiction creates emotional conflict. The mind becomes both a tool and a burden. Thinking brings insight, but also fatigue. Awareness brings understanding, but also anxiety. Intelligence solves problems, but creates new ones. This is why many highly intelligent people feel mentally tired even when life seems calm. Their brain never truly powers down. It stays alert, observant, and reactive. In the next part, we will go deeper into the psychology behind this pattern. We will explore why intelligent minds are especially vulnerable to overthinking, how imagination, responsibility, and self-awareness contribute to emotional exhaustion, and why intelligence often works against itself. For now, notice this. If any part of this felt familiar, it does not mean something is wrong with you. It means your mind has been working overtime for a long time. Highly intelligent minds are built to detect complexity. They do not see the world in straight lines. They see layers, connections, and consequences. This ability allows them to understand systems, people, and abstract ideas with ease. But this same ability also prevents the mind from settling. When the brain constantly detects more information, it struggles to stop processing it. One of the strongest psychological drivers of overthinking in intelligent people is imagination. Highly intelligent individuals can vividly imagine future scenarios. Their mind does not just think about what might happen. It almost experiences it. The brain reacts emotionally to imagined outcomes as if they are real. Stress hormones activate even when nothing has happened yet. This creates anxiety without an external threat. Another major factor is responsibility. Intelligent people often feel deeply responsible for outcomes. They believe that if something goes wrong, it means they failed to think hard enough. This belief pushes the mind into constant analysis. Rest begins to feel dangerous. Letting go feels careless. Thinking becomes a form of control. Self-awareness also plays a powerful role. Intelligent people tend to observe their own thoughts closely. They analyze their reactions, emotions, and decisions in real time. While self-awareness can be healthy, excessive self-monitoring turns into self-pressure. Every feeling is questioned. Every reaction is examined. Confidence slowly weakens under constant evaluation. Overthinking is often mistaken for problem-solving. Problem-solving moves toward resolution. Overthinking moves in circles. Intelligent people struggle to recognize the difference because both feel mentally active. The mind stays busy, but progress stops. This creates frustration without clarity. Highly intelligent people also struggle with uncertainty. Because they understand how complex reality is, they know that certainty is rare. This awareness makes the mind uncomfortable with incomplete answers. The brain keeps searching for reassurance that does not exist. Overthinking becomes an attempt to reduce uncertainty in an unpredictable world. Social situations intensify this pattern. Intelligent people notice subtle emotional cues. They sense inconsistencies, hidden meanings, and unspoken expectations. After interactions, the mind reviews what was said and what was not said. This reflection often continues long after the conversation ends. Emotional intelligence adds another layer. Understanding others deeply means absorbing their emotions. Intelligent people may replay interactions to understand emotional shifts. This empathy can become emotionally exhausting when boundaries are unclear. Another psychological factor is fear of regret. Intelligent people can imagine the long-term consequences of decisions clearly. This makes mistakes feel heavier. Overthinking becomes a way to delay action and avoid regret. The mind stays active, trying to predict the safest path. Sleep is often disrupted by this mental activity. When external distractions fade, internal thoughts grow louder. Intelligent people may feel physically tired but mentally alert. The brain continues reviewing the day and anticipating tomorrow. rest feels incomplete. Over time, this constant mental stimulation exhausts the nervous system. Emotional regulation becomes harder. Small stressors feel overwhelming. Motivation decreases. Joy feels distant. The person may appear functional while feeling internally depleted. The most damaging part is how normal this feels. Intelligent people often believe everyone thinks this way. They assume mental exhaustion is the price of intelligence. This belief prevents them from questioning their patterns. Overthinking also affects identity. Intelligent people may define themselves by their mind. Letting go of thoughts feels like losing part of themselves. Silence feels unfamiliar. The mind resists rest because it associates thinking with value. This creates a cycle. The mind stays active to maintain control. Control increases exhaustion. Exhaustion reduces clarity. Reduced clarity increases anxiety. Anxiety feeds overthinking. The loop continues. The dark side of intelligence is not that intelligent people think too much. It is that they believe they must think constantly to remain safe, capable, and valuable. In the next part, we will turn inward. We will reflect on how this pattern shows up in daily life and ask an important question that may reveal whether overthinking is protecting you or slowly harming you. At this point in the video, it is important to slow down and turn inward. Overthinking is easiest to recognize in others but hardest to see in ourselves. That is because overthinking often feels responsible, it feels intelligent, it feels necessary. It rarely announces itself as a problem. Instead, it disguises itself as preparation, caution, or depth. Highly intelligent people often believe their thinking is what keeps them safe. They trust their mind more than their emotions. When something feels uncertain, the first reaction is to think more, not to feel more. This creates a life lived largely inside the head. Take a moment to reflect on how your thoughts usually behave. Do they move quickly from one idea to another? Do they return to the same subjects repeatedly? Do they replay conversations long after they are over? These patterns feel normal when you have lived with them for years. Now think about how your body feels during these moments. Overthinking does not only happen in the mind. It tightens the chest. It disturbs sleep. It creates a low level of tension that never fully disappears. Many intelligent people feel tired even on days when nothing stressful happens. Overthinking also shapes how intelligent people relate to the past. Past events are rarely left alone. Mistakes are revisited. Missed opportunities are examined. Even neutral memories are reviewed for hidden meaning. The mind searches for lessons, but often finds only regret. The future receives the same treatment. Intelligent people imagine outcomes in great detail. They prepare for scenarios that may never happen. This preparation feels productive, but it quietly consumes emotional energy. The future becomes a place of imagined stress rather than possibility. At some point, the mind begins to confuse thinking with living. Experiences are processed instead of felt. Moments are analyzed instead of enjoyed. Life becomes something to understand rather than something to experience. Ask yourself how often you are fully present. Not thinking about what just happened. Not preparing for what comes next. Just existing in the moment without commentary. For many intelligent people, these moments are rare. Overthinking also affects confidence. When every decision is examined from multiple angles, certainty becomes difficult. Intelligent people may doubt themselves not because they lack ability, but because they see too many possibilities. Choice becomes heavy when every option feels equally real. This leads to hesitation. Actions are delayed. Opportunities pass quietly. Not because of fear, but because the mind is still analyzing. Overthinking creates movement in the mind, but stillness in life. Another quiet cost of overthinking is emotional disconnection. Intelligent people may struggle to express how they feel because emotions are immediately analyzed. Feelings are questioned before they are accepted. This creates distance both internally and with others. Highly intelligent people often feel different, but cannot explain why. They may feel out of sync with social rhythms. Conversations move too quickly. Emotional exchanges feel shallow. The mind craves depth, but depth requires vulnerability, and vulnerability requires letting go of control. Overthinking resists vulnerability. It wants certainty before exposure. It wants guarantees before connection. This keeps intelligent people emotionally guarded, even when they desire closeness. Now here is the most important question in this video, and it deserves honesty. When you overthink, does it actually protect you, or does it quietly drain your life? Pause with that question. Do not answer it quickly. Sit with it. Many intelligent people believe overthinking prevents mistakes. But reflect on how many times it has prevented peace. Reflect on how often thinking more has actually changed the outcome versus simply increased stress. Another question to consider is this: if your mind became quieter, would you lose intelligence, or would you gain clarity? This question challenges a deep belief held by many intelligent people, the belief that silence equals ignorance. The mind often fears rest because rest feels unfamiliar. Thinking has become identity. Letting go feels like losing control. But control is not the same as safety. Highly intelligent people often confuse mental activity with value. They believe being useful means being mentally engaged at all times. This belief creates guilt around rest and stillness. Consider how you speak to yourself when you try to relax. Do you allow yourself to stop thinking without judgment? Or does your mind immediately search for something to analyze? That reaction reveals how deeply overthinking is embedded. Overthinking is not a character flaw. It is a pattern. And patterns can be understood. Understanding does not require force. It requires awareness. This awareness is the beginning of change. Not change through suppression, but change through choice. The choice to notice when thinking becomes rumination. The choice to recognize when analysis no longer serves you. In the final part of this video, we will talk about how highly intelligent people can live with their intelligence without being consumed by it. We will explore how to create space between thoughts, how to regain emotional balance, and how to respect intelligence without letting it dominate life. Intelligence does not need to be silenced to bring peace. It needs to be guided. Highly intelligent people often believe their mind must always be active to remain valuable. This belief quietly turns intelligence into pressure. The goal is not to think less, but to stop letting thought control every moment of life. Overthinking feels powerful at first. It gives the illusion of control. It creates the feeling that nothing will catch you off guard. But over time, this constant mental vigilance becomes exhausting. The mind never fully rests. Even calm moments feel temporary, as if something must be prepared for. Learning to live with intelligence begins with understanding that not every thought deserves attention. Thoughts appear automatically. You do not choose most of them, but you can choose whether to follow them. Awareness creates space. Space creates freedom. Highly intelligent people often struggle with this because their thoughts are convincing. They sound logical. They feel important. Letting them pass feels irresponsible. But not every thought is a command. Some thoughts are simply noise created by an active mind. Resting the mind does not reduce intelligence. It refines it. When thinking slows, clarity increases. Decisions feel lighter. Emotions become easier to regulate. Life feels more immediate. Another important shift is learning to trust experience instead of prediction. Overthinking tries to predict outcomes to prevent pain. But life is not lived in prediction. It is lived in response. Trusting yourself to adapt reduces the need to anticipate everything. Highly intelligent people often fear mistakes because they understand consequences deeply. But understanding consequences does not mean avoiding life. Mistakes are not evidence of failure. They are evidence of participation. Letting go of constant analysis allows emotional intelligence to grow. Feelings are experienced instead of examined. Connections feel more natural. Presence replaces performance. Stillness is uncomfortable at first. When the mind slows, it may feel empty. This emptiness is not a lack of intelligence. It is space, and space allows awareness to breathe. Highly intelligent people often feel guilty when they are not thinking. They associate rest with laziness. This guilt keeps the mind active even when rest is needed. Recognizing this pattern is a form of self-respect. Silence is not wasted time, it is integration time. It allows the nervous system to reset. It allows emotions to settle. It allows the mind to recover from constant stimulation. Another important step is redefining self-worth. Highly intelligent people often measure their value by mental output. Productivity becomes identity. Overthinking feeds this identity by keeping the mind busy. Letting go feels like losing purpose. Purpose does not disappear when thinking slows. It becomes clearer. Intelligence becomes a tool rather than a burden. It is also important to accept that uncertainty cannot be eliminated. Intelligent minds crave certainty because they understand complexity. But certainty is rare in life. Peace comes from accepting uncertainty, not conquering it. Highly intelligent people must learn that safety does not come from constant thinking. It comes from resilience. From knowing you can respond, even when outcomes are unclear. Overthinking isolates people from the present. Learning to return attention to the moment reduces mental strain. This does not require force. It requires practice and patience. Presence does not mean shutting off the mind. It means allowing thoughts to exist without chasing them. The mind becomes quieter when it is no longer fighting itself. Intelligent people often believe they must solve themselves. They turn self-reflection into another problem to analyze. Healing does not come from solving. It comes from allowing. Emotional balance grows when intelligence cooperates with emotion instead of dominating it. Feelings are not obstacles. They are signals. Living well with intelligence means respecting its power while setting boundaries around it. Intelligence does not need to be in control at all times. If any part of this video helped you feel understood, you may want to explore more content like this. You can subscribe if these ideas resonate with you. There is no pressure. Only follow if you feel it adds value to your thinking. And if you feel comfortable, share your opinion in the comments. Do you believe intelligence is more of a gift or more of a burden? Or do you think it depends on how it is managed? Your perspective may help someone else feel less alone in their experience. Highly intelligent minds carry weight quietly. Understanding that weight is the first step toward carrying it with grace.